Okay, so we have two small dogs. We have Archie, the poodle mix, and then we have Evie, who's a corgi. Evie is obviously vertically challenged, and getting in and out of the bed is a problem for her. So we're going to build her a ramp to keep her from injuring her joints over the years jumping out of the bed. All right, so everything we're going to need. We got 3 pieces of 1x2, 4 pieces of 1x4, a 2-foot by 4-foot section of 1/2-inch plywood. I got lucky, I found that at Lowe's already cut, so I didn't have to buy a whole sheet. Then you got nail gun, obviously cordless drill. We got, let me see here, 2-inch construction screws, 1/4-inch construction screws, tape measure, 1/4-inch, 3.5-inch length carriage bolts, locking nylon nuts, and 1/4-inch washers, a 12-inch 1 1/16 piano hinge, C-clamp, some drill bits, the jigsaw, and the miter saw. So let's get started. Okay, and my pro tip of the day, even though I'm not a pro, is before you start cutting all your wood, all your lengths of 1x4 and 1x2, go ahead and plug in your batteries for your cordless drill, your nail gun, that type of stuff, so you don't run out of battery midway through the job. Okay, so at this point you should have 8 lengths of board cut with these measurements. Okay, so we're going to attach the long base to the short base sections. Those were the first 2 lengths that you cut. I'm going to use the nail gun just to hold them in place, and then we're going to drill some pilot holes, and then we're going to put the 2-inch construction screws in them. Okay, so let me make it very clear that the short bases need to go on the ends of the long bases and not in between them, or otherwise your measurement will be off by 1.5 inches. All right, ladies and gents, another pro tip for you, even though I'm not a pro. First of all, it's hot out here in Texas today. Working in the shade in the garage, I had to pull the Mustang out. There's no way I could do this out in the sun. But don't leave your drill bits sitting in the sun. There are very few things that are worse than picking up a hot drill bit. Okay, so now we got the base and the brace and the base together. We're going to assemble the ramp. Okay, so to do this next part, you need a 3/4 inch thick base to set the ramp on, because you have to put the sides on that you rounded the edges on. I didn't have a 3/4 inch piece of wood, so I just took a piece of old floor tile that I had that was a 1/4 inch, and a couple pieces of scrap that I used of the 1x4, which is a 1/2 inch thick. So just make sure you got a 3/4 inch base, because that's going to space it exactly the way you need. And if that didn't make sense, you can see my professional spacer there and there. Look at that. Okay, so you can see I'm about 3/4 of the way done here. I've got the edge on the one side rounded, sanded. I'm going to put one on the other side over here now, and then we're going to start putting the hinge on so we can get this base attached and ready to roll for Evie to get up on her ramp. Just remember, pre-drilling pilot holes will keep you from splitting a lot of wood, since you're using 1x2 and 1x4 here. All right, now we're going to fasten the hinge to the base. So let's see here, that's our 23.5, and that is 20.5. So we need to leave 1.5 on each side. So let's just look at it like this. There's our mark. It's just where the edges of our hinge base are going to go. I can hold this still, cursor being left-handed. There's our other mark. So when we put this on, they should line up right there. Okay, but we're going to put it like this. So I'm going to straight line it across. Kind of straight line it anyway. And then we're going to do some measurements here, because the hinge is going to make it fold back that way, if that makes sense. Okay? Be right back. Okay, so here we go. This is what we got right now. we got the ramp right there. We got the ramp base with the hinge on it, ready to go. We just need the legs, which I've marked already. I'm gonna cut them with the jigsaw to round them off real quick and sand them, and then we'll be putting this ramp together, all 4 pieces. All right, so we got our top ramp together, we got our bottom base together. I got this in here just to shim the hinge. We're gonna put the base on, and we're gonna use we're gonna drill 5 pilot holes. We're gonna put the 1 1/4 inch screws through there, and then we're gonna attach the legs. Not looking too shabby. Okay, so we got it all set up. We're drilling 5 pilot holes to attach the hinge base to the ramp, and then we're just going to use the 1 1/4 construction screws to attach them together. Okay, so here's our ramp. I brought it upstairs before I finished it because I'm going to need to gauge what angle this ramp's going to have to be at for Evie to get up it. It's not going to be too steep, but I need to know where the legs are going to go on it in order to make it the right height. And that looks like it right at about there. The legs are going to be here. So let's just measure that. Okay, and I'm gonna put a measurement on the outside because I'm gonna put some more blocks in here, but that looks like the middle of it right there. Right there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put a couple guide blocks on this. Got a couple of 1 1/2 inch blocks that I'm going to screw in here, right where I put that mark. That's going to be the middle. Okay. Be right back. Okay, so I'm going to put one of my guide blocks in here, and I'm obviously going to screw it from the outside in because I don't want a jagged edge out. I don't think there will be one, but let's see here. I didn't drill a pilot hole on that one, if you can't tell. Still goes in. Oop. Drop the screw, here we go. There we go. Now I'm just going to measure how far down I went from the top. Make sure the other side is even, and that looks like 9 1/2 exactly. So, other side, we're gonna go down, screw it out here so you can see, we're gonna go down 9 1/2. The price of being left-handed. Remember, 9 1/2 was to the top. So that's where the top of the next 1 1/2 inch piece needs to go, if you're keeping score at home. Okay, so I've got my blocks in here. I've drilled a hole through here already. I've got the carriage bolt there. I'm gonna put a leg on. I need a couple of washers, and here we go. So bolt, washer, leg, washer, bolt. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'm going to ratchet these down. Okay, ramp is done, other than putting some carpet on the top of it. You can see that there. Total time in about 4 hours. That's with doing the video. So let's call it 2 1/2, maybe 3, without having to change the camera and that kind of stuff. If you liked it, please subscribe, slap a like on it, turn on your notifications, and we'll see you on the next video. I got to go clean up this sawdust and stuff out of the bedroom before my wife kicks my ass. There we go. We lowered the angle on it, and I would recommend making it adjustable. Put a couple pegs in here, and you can make it adjustable up and down. Archie's not going to come up, but he don't need it.
Come on. Come on, girl. There you go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. There you go. Good girl. One more time. Back up. Come on. Back up. Come on. Let's go. Back up. There you go.
And now we don't have to worry about Evie jumping down out of the bed and hurting her joints over the ears.